counts to get ahead is going to be a big key for him. And then the other part is they like to hit it out of the ballpark here, so he's going to have to keep it down. But I think he's pitched much better in his last outing. Let's see if he can build on that now that he has this road game here in Pittsburgh, a place he's familiar with.
Absolutely, Aaron. Having been in the National League for a long time, they're quite familiar with him here in Pittsburgh, and he is hungry for a victory. The clouds are still thick, but the tarp's off. As we mentioned, we are ready for baseball. We're glad you are with us. Mariner baseball against the Pittsburgh Pirates. First pitch is straight ahead. You talk about aesthetics in baseball, you got to talk about PNC Ballpark here in Pittsburgh. As you look at the Roberto Clemente Bridge, the Andy Warhol Bridge, and the Rachel Carson Bridge, we come to you high atop PNC Park here at Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the Root Sports crew. This is Mariner Baseball. A lot of threatening skies, a little bit of rain. They took the tarp off not too long ago, and now we're ready for action. Let's take a look at the Mariner batting order that will go against Jinmar Gomez.
Thank you, Dave. Mariner starting lineups brought to you by Chevron. A different look for it. Obviously, the pitcher hitting because we are in a National League ballpark. No DA, so Saunders will lead off. Jason Bay, two-time All-Star here in Pittsburgh, going to start and move up to hitting second. Seager hitting third. Then it's Morris, Smoke, and Ackley, Shopik, Ryan, and Aaron Arang, the pitcher, will hit ninth. Take a look at Gomez. Again, late addition. McDonald was supposed to start the game. Gomez inserted late, but he's pitched well. A 3.06 ERA, 1-0 record for him. 16 hits over the 17 2/3 that he has pitched. He has walked 9 batters, so he can get a little bit wild. Opponent's average 246. We'll take a look at the defense. A lot of speed in the outfield. Marte is in left. McCutcheon, exciting player, in center, and then Snyder is out in right. Alvarez, the third baseman. Barnes and Mercer up the middle. Garrett Jones is the first baseman, and McHenry will do the catching.
Jenmar Gomez, his last outing was last Wednesday against the Milwaukee Brewers.
Pitched 4 innings, 80 pitches. That's a lot of pitches to get through 4 innings, but he only gave up 4 hits, couple of walks, 3 strikeouts. He has one other start this year. He's typically their long guy out of the bullpen and pressed into duty here tonight.
Second time it's happened where he's had to get a start, and it came over from Cleveland in January. Leading off, Michael Saunders for the Mariners. First pitch, swung on and hit hard to the second baseman, Jordy Mercer. Throws to Garrett Jones for 1 down. So quick out on 1 pitch. Here's Jason Bay, gets a nice ovation from the Bucco fans. Had some wonderful years here at the Pirates, where he was 20 or more home runs 5 consecutive years. Strike 1 called to Jason Bay. Eric Cooper behind home plate. Paul Schreiber at first, Chad Fairchild at second, and Jeff Kellogg at third. 65 degrees here in Pittsburgh.
A little more playing time, consistent playing time for Bay. Has his average up to 262. 3 home runs on the year.
Pitch outside.
I picked a click on the radio side.
Mr. Bay, why not?
I went back to Lou Piniella and his philosophy, and that is get in the lineup against your former team. You usually do well, and he had a lot of success here in Pittsburgh, so I figured I'd go with Jason tonight.
Pitch outside, 3-1.
Eric Wedge feeling the same way, moving him up to hitting in second in the lineup as Kyle Seager waits on deck. He gets third.
In tight to Bay, and he works a walk. Jason Bay's aboard. We'll bring up Kyle Seager. Seager having an outstanding start, leads the club in batting average, at bats, hits, total bases, doubles, triples, and RBIs, and slugging. It's a pretty good shopping cart.
Well, especially for a young man only in his second full season here at the major league level.
There's a strike from Gomez. Gomez, 25 years old, 6'3", 200 out of Caracas, Venezuela. About back.
I think one of the disadvantages really for the Mariners today, Dave, is as we got to the ballpark early, the tarp was on the field, so the guys didn't get a chance to work out in the field. And the one thing that will be concerning is Michael Saunders in center. Out in left center field is 410 feet, and they have an angled wall where the bullpens are.
The North Shore Notch, they call it.
Yeah, so I think the guys typically will work the kinks out. There you can take a look at it with that gate going into the bullpen. They'll get some workout in, but today they weren't able to do that because of the rain before the game.
Got to get used to dimensions. Left field and left center field fence is 6 feet high. Center field 10 feet. Right field, they paid tribute to the late great Roberto Clemente. It's 21 feet tall. Makes sense. He wore number 21 here for the Buckeyes.
Yeah, and typically, even on the wall in right field, you'll go out there and the coaches will hit some baseballs off of the fence out there just to see how it'll react.
Runner goes. Ball is popped up. Short center field. Two-time All-Star Andrew McCutcheon's there. 2 outs.
And you get used to the speed of the infield, a lot of different things, and normally it wouldn't be a big deal. If they were in Oakland or down in Anaheim, for example, they've all played there quite a bit, but not being at this ballpark at all. Be curious to watch the defense first 2 or 3 innings.
Where's Michael Morse? He's had experience playing here at PNC Park from his days with the Nationals. Morse looking to get going here on a road trip, just 1 for 10.
Wind blowing in from left field. I guess if it's going to carry, it'll be right down the right field line in that area. But anything that's out towards left field, center field, wind will probably knock it down.
Oh, 1 to Michael Morse. Back safely is Bay. Gomez set. Here's the 0-1. Just inside. 0-1 to Michael Morse. Morse still the home run leader for the Mariners with 9. He's got 14 RBIs, second to Seager. Seager's got 16.
I think that's one of the things that I'm looking forward to when you see the recent success. Mariners winning 7 out of their last 10. A lot of the younger guys at the top of the order and the bottom of the order swinging the bats much better, and that's been one of the big differences for him. Getting Michael Saunders back has been big. But we really haven't seen Morris outside of that first week before he was hurt, or Morales for that matter, get really hot and carry the club yet. So that's something to look forward to, because I think both of them will do that a couple of times at least over the course of the summer, where they can carry it for 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Jason Bay, the former Pirate, he's at first base. 2 outs and a 1-2 count here to Michael Morse. Justin Smoke on deck if he can keep it going. Swing and a miss. Morse has gone toward the Mariners in the first. Good to have you with us from Pittsburgh. Pirates coming to bat. .34-year-old right-hander Aaron Harang in his 5th start of the season for the Mariners takes on the Pittsburgh Pirates. He's got a 15-6 record against them. Here's their batting order.
Leading off, it'll be Starling Marte. Want to keep him off the bases. See what he's done over the last week. 333 average with 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases. Then it's Snyder, McCutcheon, the all-star, hitting third. Jones, McKendry, Alvarez, Mercer, Varmus, and Gomez, the pitcher, hitting ninth. Numbers for Aaron Harang on the year, a 1-3 record, an 8.68 ERA for him. That's a high number. 17 strikeouts in the 18 2/3 that he has pitched. Pitched much better in his last outing.
Strike one is Starling Marte, one of the bright young players in the major leagues, having an outstanding beginning to his season. Marte leads the Buccos. Batting average, bats, runs, hits, total bases, triples, hit by a pitch, stolen bases, and on-base percentage. Harang takes the flip, safe. There's that speed. Marte beats it out.
It's a bad break. Aaron Harang working ahead. A little check swing. Didn't mean to, and then it gets past the mound. You can see the speed of Marte outrunning Harang to the bag. Close play.
Sure was.
Yeah, Marte gets the call there. Great look for our McDonald Supermo.
Paul Schreiber's got the call at first base. I'll bring up Travis Snyder. Last time we saw him, he was with the Blue Jays. Native, lives in Mill Creek. There's our splash cam. If somebody to clear the bleachers over there and get it into the Allegheny River, you'll get a good look at it. Monongahela River's on the other side, forming the Ohio River. That goes down past third base. Coach veteran Nick Leva.
Good idea. Keep an eye on Marte over at first.
Only been caught twice. He's got 10 stolen bases. Mention. Runner goes. Got a great jump. Foul ball.
Looked like he had that base stolen.
No question.
It's a good lead over at first and a great jump.
Second only to Juan Pierre and stolen bases in the National League. Juan now with Miami. 0-2 to Snyder. Back.
So far for Aaron Harang, 7 pitches, all of them strikes. Good sign. In his last outing was much better. In 6 innings, gave up 2 runs over the 6 innings that he had pitched.
Oh, 0-2, good lead by Marte. Shopik scrambling. Scrambling is the essence there with Marte on base. Big night in Pittsburgh sports. Penguins NHL playoffs against the Islanders. Expecting about 12 to 14,000 here on this cloudy, breezy night here. Time called. Pirates are 10th in batting in the National League, 9th in runs, 13th in hits, 6th in homers. 12th in Ks and 6th in stolen bases. Here's a 1-2 from Harang. Runner goes. Swung on and driven to deep right center field. One hop off the fence. Marte. He'll score easily. And Travis Snyder with an RBI double. 1-0 Pittsburgh. Snyder with his 6th RBI and his 8th double.
Hey, look at this pitch by Harang. They want to go inside. He leaves it right out over the middle of the plate. A belt high.
Mill Creek's Travis Snyder with a big RBI to get this game going here for Pittsburgh.
Well, what the Mariners are going to find out in a hurry is this is an aggressive hitting club, and you better hit your spots because they're ready to swing.
There's Andrew McCutchen, their all-star center fielder. Talked to him before the game. I said, what's been the key to your emergence? And after the 2011 season, he'd been up here for a couple years, had a couple good years, and he said, you know what, I got tired of listening to everybody. He said, I'm just going to be me. He said, I relax my upper body. See how he rests the bat on his shoulders? Stance is way open. It used to be closed. It's made a big difference for him. There's a shot into the gap. Snyder will score, and McCutchen is going to dig for 3. And now shuts it down as Saunders does a good job hitting the relay, man. So back-to-back RBI doubles off of Aaron Harang and a 2-0 Pittsburgh lead. For McCutchen, his 18th RBI and his 9th double.
Again, he is the all-star on this team and another aggressive hitter. And here's a breaking ball. They wanted that pitch on the outside corner or off the plate away, and it ends up in the middle of the plate. Take a look at the T-Mobile defense for the Mariners. Bay is in left field. Saunders out in center. Morris, your right fielder. And on the infield, Kyle Seager at third. Ryan and Ackley up the middle. Justin Smoke is at first, and Kelly Shopik will do the catching tonight.
So McCutchen, an RBI double. He's coming off a .327 year last year with 31 homers and 96 runs batted in. Here's Garrett Jones, their first baseman. He's off to a pretty good start at .287, 3 home runs and 15 runs batted in.
Mariners put the shift on, so the infield swung around. It helps a little bit because now you have Brendan Ryan right behind second base to try to keep McCutchen close there. Great speed out at second base.
McCutchen 6 out of 7 in stolen bases. That pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. Clint Hurdle in his 3rd year as Buccos manager, and they've seen a resurgence since he's taken over. John Russell led them to a 57-105 campaign in 2010, and since then the wins have increased. But they're still looking for their first winning season since '92. Clint's first year was a +15, then last year +7 wins. They previously managed in Colorado from 02 to 09. One and two here to Jones. Chop foul. Pirates enter tonight's game. Second place in the Central Division of the National League, 3 games behind St. Louis. Tied with Cincinnati behind the Redbirds. Off a Shopik's glove, 1 and 2.
He's had a lot of success against Aaron Harang. 6 for 10 with a home run for Garrett Jones.
Harang with a career record against Buccos at 15-6 with a 4.24 ERA and 25 previous starts. Ground ball fielded by Smoke. Harang there. Runner to third. And there's one down.
You can see what Aaron has done here in Pittsburgh. 5-0 record, a 3.16 ERA. He's pitched extremely well. A lot of run support. Hopefully that'll be the case tonight since the Mariners are now down 2-0. But 8.8 runs a game, 31 strikeouts. So he's pitched well in this ballpark. His first inning gets started with a check swing by Marte, who beats it out for a base hit, and then from there it's been a couple of doubles.
Here's Michael McHenry. Late addition to the lineup. Russell Martin, everyday catcher, scratch, neck issue. Martin coming over from the Yankees, where played well the last 2 years. Prior to that, he had been in L.A. McHenry, a young guy, getting an opportunity with this ball club. Pops one up, short right field. Morris coming in. McCutchen bluffs, and a pretty good throw by Morris. 2 outs.
Oh, most of the time on a fly ball that it's very shallow. Morris would normally just catch it and lob it back in, but because of the speed of McCutchen, he didn't want to take anything for granted, had to throw a strike to home.
So McCutchen at third with 2 outs. Pirates start the first inning with infield hit, RBI double, and an RBI double. Here's Pedro Alvarez, their third baseman. Slow start for him. Batting average wise at 178.
Tremendous power for him. 5 home runs on the year.
One for his last 10. Got 55 career home runs as a third baseman, 6th in club history. Hall of Famer Pie Traynor ahead of him with 57. In there for strike 1 and 2.
Aaron's throwing a lot of strikes. He had to throw a lot of pitches here in the first. 22 pitches, 19 strikes.
Trying to end it right here. Off the end of the bat. Seeing the team for the first time, a lot of meetings, a lot of study of tape here, getting ready for today's ball game with some Seattle fans here in the house.
As you would guess, I saw a lot of grippy jerseys walking around the ballpark today.
Good high heat. Beats Alvarez. Pirates get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and leave a man. 2-0 Pittsburgh. Collectible Train Car Series coming up. Safeco Field this Saturday. And this train has a bartender. That's right, the Tom Wilhelmsen train engine, and it's free to the first 20,000 fans. And the Mariners take on the A's. Make sure you're all aboard for train night. Pick up your tickets. Get them right now, Mariners.com. You look up the Allegheny River. Good-looking ballpark. PNC Park. Right behind us is where Old Three Rivers used to be. Heinz Field, not too far away as well, where the Pittsburgh Steelers play. Justin Smoke, Dustin Ackley, Kelly Shuppick, 5, 6, and 7 against Jenmar Gomez. Ball 1 to Smoke. .236, a homer and 5 RBIs for Smoke. Under's hands in there for strike 101.
It's good running fastball. Started in off the plate and running on the inside corner.
Off the fist, popped up out of play, 1-2.
Well, obviously Justin won't do it in this at bat with 2 strikes on him, but Alvarez, the third baseman, is playing over where the shortstop is. At some point, either in this game or this series, if he wants to get a free hit, he can drop down a bunt, just about walk to first.
Moving him over even more now with 2 strikes. Yeah. Woken bat ground ball to the second baseman Mercer. Goes to Jones for 1 out. Gonna bring up Dustin Ackley. Ackley 3 for 11 on a road trip. Mariners day off yesterday. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Coming off a 10-2 loss at Toronto on Sunday. Prior to that, Mariners taking an 8-1 and 4-0 decisions in Toronto. Now, Eric Wedge been here before in Pittsburgh when he was with the Cleveland Indians. Interleague play. Somebody, one of the local Pittsburgh writers asked Eric about, has your team forged an identity yet? And he said it's still a work in progress, but he likes to blend. We talk about all the time, the young guys and the old guys. This one hit hard right at the shortstop. Barmas out number 2. But they said, hey, if you were to take the temperature of this ball club, it's really good.
It's a lot better. Big reason why is this guy at the plate, Dustin Ackley. It's that on the button for an out, but he's been swinging the bat much better. Had a grand slam home run in Toronto to help the Mariners in one of their wins. They've won 3 series in a row now, so they're playing better baseball.
Here's Kelly Shuppick. Shuppick doing the catching tonight. 277 with a homer and 5 runs batted in.
Yeah, they have a quick turnaround. I'm sure Montero will probably be out there tomorrow. Mariners with the day game. They'll jump on a plane and head back to Seattle.
By the time your second wash cycle is done, Mike, you'll be back on the plane coming back east again.
Yes, sir. Short trip at home. I don't recall having to do that when I was playing, so it's a little bit strange. Especially coming all the way from the East Coast home real quick and then heading back to the East Coast again. They'll be heading to New York.
One thing if you're going to Denver or Arizona or something like that, or even Texas. It's like, what was it, Godfather 2? Michael, this is the business we've chosen.
That's exactly right.
Good pitch by Gomez, strikes out Shuppick. Mariners go in order here in the second. 2-0 Pittsburgh lead. storms here, Angie, over the years, so you never know. 2-0 Pittsburgh. Jordy Mercer, Clint Barmas, and the pitcher, Jinmar Gomez. Mercer, third-round pick of the Pirates in the first-year draft back in 2008.
When you get to the bottom of the order, you'd certainly like to get through it quickly if you can. 24 pitches for Harang in the first inning. Again, he threw a lot of strikes, but had to throw 24 pitches.
One and two. Mercer out of Sealing, Oklahoma, lives in Edmond, Oklahoma now as he swings and misses. Aaron Harang back-to-back strikeouts. One down here in the second.
Looks like Aaron goes with a good breaking ball, and this one he gets off the plate away. That's a better location. Took quite a bit off of that pitch. Take a look at our McDonald's Supermo and the rotation of the baseball. First inning, he left a couple of those pitches up in the middle of the plate, and it hurt him.
Bart started the game with 3 consecutive hits. Marte an infield check swing single, Snyder an RBI double, and McCutcheon an RBI double. The hitter's Clint Barmas. Popped it up. Got a breaking ball up in his eyes. Morse on the case. 2 outs. How about tomorrow's matchup? Good looking here. CenturyLink to what's next. Felix Hernandez against the veteran A.J. Burnett. Mariners have had a share of success against Burnett, who's pitching well to us. 2.57 ERA, 2.11 batting average against. Felix has been sensational.
That looks like a lot of strikeouts to me. Both pitchers with plus stuff. You're right, they have had success against Burnett, but if he's on his game, he has really good stuff, especially his breaking ball is going to be difficult for the guys to handle. They can get ahead of him and get some fastballs ahead. That's another thing, and there's AJ. And, of course, as you mentioned, Felix. I'm not sure you can pitch any better than he has.
Pitcher Jinmar Gomez looks at strike one. Count it 1-1. Little. Yeah. One and two. Harang trying to get a quick dismissal here of Gomez and the Pirates in the second. Sawed off that bat, and there's Smoke making the catch in a soft liner. 1-2-3 as Harang achieves his goal for the second inning. 2-0 Buccos. Here's Jimar Gomez striking out Kelly Shopik to end the second inning. As we get ready for inning number 3 here in Pittsburgh, the Pirates with a 2-0 lead. And the Mariners will be sending up Brendan Ryan, Aaron Harang, and Michael Saunders, 8-9-1. Pirates have had their share of troubles against the American League West all time in their league play. They've been dominated. Wow, 11 one-run games that they've lost. And look at the batting average, 301 to 241. Wow.
How about that record? 6 wins to 30 losses. Wow.
That is big. Brendan Ryan stands in, familiar with this ballpark from his days with the St. Louis Cardinals. Here's a guy that would love to get a hot streak going.
Well, so would Eric Wedge to see him get going, especially the next 2 days playing here in a National League ballpark. You have the pitcher standing on deck, and anytime Brendan can find his way on base in these types of situations, you can have Aaron make a productive out by bunting him over. And you'd like to see your pitchers having to bunt quite a bit in this series. So for Brendan Ryan, if he can find a way to get on base tonight and tomorrow, that would certainly help.
0 for his last 7. Pitch from Gomez down the line, foul ball. 1-1. Great ballpark. You walk in, come across the Clemente Bridge, you see the statue of Roberto Clemente and Willie Stargell. They have a statue lane up the middle. Barmes makes the play. Nicely done.
Brendan Ryan in the game. We should see some good defense from the shortstops. Barmes is a really good defensive shortstop. He can play.
We're struggling with the stick as well at 192, but this is well done here.
Yeah, shows a lot of range, able to get rid of the ball quickly.
Here's Harang. It's a ball one. Those statues of the Negro League greats that played here, the Homestead Grays, Pittsburgh Crawfords. Good baseball team.
I saw somebody today walking around in one of those Crawford uniforms, old style uniform.
Yeah. Really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Strike 2 to Harang. We're talking about Gomez being a short armor.
Yeah. He looks from up here, he has a little late life to his fastball. He has good movement on it. Typically short armors, they're fairly straight, but it looks like he has a good two-seam fastball that he can run in on the right-handers.
Good location on that pitch. 2 outs. 3rd strikeout for Jimar Gomez. This Mother's Day, you give mom 2 things that sparkle when you take her to the Mariners game. The Safeco Field Diamond, plus a beautiful Mariners bracelet. This coming Sunday, it's free to the first 10,000 women, 21 and older. So make plans to celebrate at Safeco Field when you get your tickets for mom and the whole family at Mariners.com. Top of the order, Michael Saunders. He was aggressive leading off the ball game. First pitch swinging, lined out, or hit a hard ground ball to the second baseman. Outside. And fun watching his development these last couple of years, and particularly the leaps and bounds he's made in the last, picking it up, what do you figure, midway last year to this point.
Yeah, I think that's about the time that he really believed that he not only could play here, but he could be a real productive player. He's such a good athlete. Mariners certainly missed him when he was on the DL for 15 days. It's good to have him back. Guy that can hit for power. Led the club in stolen bases last year with 23.
They play him straight away. Here's a 2-1. Well hit into the gap. McCutcheon will cut it off. Base hit for Saunders. So the Mariners with their first base hit of the ballgame.
Gets a pitch out over the plate. We'll take a look at our McDonald Supermo. Good stride right towards the pitcher. Take another look. Nice soft landing. So many times you see guys, they want to jump out there and get it, but Michael playing with a lot of confidence, letting the ball travel and hitting it hard.
Back safely. Talking about the Mariners having to adjust to Pittsburgh, vice versa too. And you got Gomez seeing Saunders. Saunders takes that lead, sort of like what we saw with the Angels with when Figgins was down there, Howie Kendrick. When you don't see that, that's sort of strange to the eye. You know?
No, he almost looks like he's in the starter blocks, ready to go. And you would think that because he's turned so much towards second base that it would be easy to throw over there and pick him off because he gets a good lead.
Yeah.
But it's just a quick turn, a little spin that he does and dives back in.
Yeah, the first time I saw with the Angels, I said, what is that?
Right, you can see right there as the feet are turned in, and he's ready to go. Has a little bit of an open stance to it.
Jason Bay walked his first time on a 3-1 pitch. And a miss.
I'm trying to think of the first time that I saw that, and I believe it was in the minor leagues, and he's an outfielder, good outfielder with the Red Sox. Tommy Harper.
Oh God!
He's the one. He was teaching that. He was teaching that
Tommy Harper,
when I was with the Expos in the minor leagues. And he was teaching that right there to turn your feet.
I believe Tommy Harper led the American League several times. Runner goes. Throw down to second, not in time. Stolen base for Michael Saunders. He's 5 for 5.
Well, 23 stolen bases last year. I think he will surpass that. Just stay healthy, and he'll be upwards of 30 this year, I think. They talk about that, and the reason why they do that is because they say if you square yourself up like you see most base stealers, that you really have to throw that right arm back and get your hips turned around, and he's already there to take off. But I think a lot of guys just don't feel comfortable with their leads doing it that way.
Because everybody's done it the standard squared up way
all
your life.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
and
why.
all of a sudden you turn, you feel, well, where's the base at? I have to turn all the way around to get back.
That's right.
And they don't like getting picked off, I can tell you that.
No, not at all.
But Michael's comfortable with it, and it works great for him.
Tommy Harper. Well, he had a great career, 15 years. 257 hitter.
Yeah. Nice man, too. Did a great job teaching all that stuff, base running in general, just the little nuances of it.
This is when you were with Montreal?
It was when I was Montreal. I wasn't in a lot of those meetings, though, Dave. Don't worry about me running too much. But he was out there instructional leagues and all those things.
He led the American League, Tommy Harper, in stolen bases with 54 back in 1973 with the Red Sox. I remember him, in 1962 he breaks in with Cincinnati. So he was with Pete Rose and that crew early on. One year he led the league with 126 runs scored. Good career. 2-2 here to Bay. Nice job by McHenry. 3-2.
Let's see if Jason can get himself a fastball here. 3-2. Kyle Seager waiting on deck. First base is open.
Tommy Harper with the Pilots, 73 stolen bases, led the league in 69. Pitch. And a good eye by Jason Bay again. Yeah, he's walked in successive plate appearances. Now the go-ahead run comes to the plate in the person of Kyle Seager.
Did you say that he was with the Pilots in '69?
That's what it says here.
I believe. Wasn't Lou Piniella Rookie of the Year? That's pretty good outfield. Tommy Harper and Lou Piniella. That was not 60. Yeah, Lou eventually gets traded to Kansas City. Curtis just straightened me out. Said Lou never actually played for the Pilots. He was traded to Kansas City.
Pitching coach Ray Searage.
Kyle flew out to center field. Kyle Seager flew out to center his first time up. And he's the RBI leader for the Mariners with 16. And Mariners looking out for a 2-out base hit here.
Well, that's a long confab.
Yeah. .43 pitches here in the third inning. And this is an emergency start for Gomez. He wasn't slated to start today, but he ended up having to go. And his last outing, he threw 80 pitches. So I imagine it can go, I don't know, 90, 95 today.
Earlier in the year, he had to fill in for Jonathan Sanchez after Sanchez was designated for assignment. Today, McDonald came up with an injury, so I think about an hour and change before the game, they made the announcement that Gomez was going to start. So the Mariners have 2 men aboard. Seager, a go-ahead run, and he looks at ball 1. There's James McDonald. He was the original starter. 2-2 record, 5.76 ERA. 25 walks, 20 make the 25 strikeouts, 20 walks. Not the splits he was looking for.
20 walks and 29 2/3 innings for him.
1-0 to Seager. 2-0. Ray Searage, whatever it was, it told Gomez hasn't translated yet.
Looking at those first 2 pitches, I think the message was be careful here. Both of them off the plate away.
2-0 to Seager. Off the end of the bat.
Yeah, 2-0 changeup. Didn't want to give in to him. One of the things we talk about scouting reports all the time, and one of the things that they really pay attention to when opposing teams come in, who's hot. They don't necessarily always look at who has the highest batting average or anything like that. What have they done over the last week? Are they seeing the baseball? And Kyle certainly has been swinging the bat well.
Another one's got to be who's going to clutch up for you? Who's the kind of guy that, hey, you don't want this guy to beat you?
Right.
To right field, Snyder is there. A soft liner tracked down by Travis Snyder. Mariners leave 2. They trail by 2. River. 2-0 lead for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Travis Snyder, an RBI double in the first. Andrew McCutchen followed with another one, coming off of Aaron Orang. And now we go to the third inning. Top of the order, Starling Marte. Check swing, base hit, and he won the race by centimeters, beating Harang to the bag.
That kind of set up the first inning for the Pirates because Aaron had him 0-2, made a good pitch on him. Little check swing, didn't mean to, but his speed ended up getting him to first, and then it was a couple of doubles in a row after that.
It's out of play. 1-2. Marte, Snyder, and McCutchen. 1, 2, and 3 in the order.
See, a lot of strikes. 38 pitches, 31 strikes.
Ooh, hit him. Had to work inside.
Well, that came from the pitch before. Aaron had thrown him a breaking ball that was on the outside corner, and Marte was able to foul it off, so he just wanted to go back inside, straighten him up, and keep him from getting out over the plate. Marte didn't move at all, and he'll get first base.
Marte 10 out of 12, and stolen bases, second in the National League. Here's Travis Snyder. Double to the right center field gap.
And in the first inning, he ran a couple of times. Once the ball was fouled off, and the other one he was on the move when Snyder hit the double out to right center field. He scored easily on it. So he tried to take off a couple of different times.
Marte runs, fouled back. He gets a good jump.
It's a great jump. Quick first step for him. We'll take a look at it. Big lead, quick first step. He's looking in. We might have a conversation with Travis, tell him to take a few pitches.
Marte, big man too, at 6'2", 185. Snyder again to the right center field gap and deep, but Saunders is there. Brings it back in for out number one. Here's Angie Menson. Good for him, coming back, trying to get back into major leagues. Some interesting things during spring training. And tip of the cap for him to Jeremy for his success. Here's McCutchen. Swing and a miss. So Harang, as we look at McCutchen, got a double to left center field his first time up. With a base hit to left. First and second for Pittsburgh with one out. Tough hitter.
Actually a pretty good pitch from Harang. It's a breaking ball and it's down. He just reaches out and is able to hit a little line drive towards the end of the bat out to left field for a base hit.
Just looking at his grip, it looks like he has his hands are separated just the slightest degree.
Ty Cobb.
Not bad.
Separated hands.
Yeah.
Don't see anybody doing that. Can't remember playing with anyone that ever hit with their hands separated.
Yeah, it looked like he had just a
little gap.
A little bit of gap there. Garrett Jones, their cleanup man, is in the box right now. 2 on, 1 out. Strike one. Take a look here at the grip. We'll get it to you. There's Jones. Grounded out to Smoke first time. Speed pitch off the plate, 72 miles an hour. There's some great, outstanding speed on the bases with Marte and McCutcheon. Seen a lot of good speed combos already this season. The Texas guys, these fellas. 1-1 off the plate. A 2-1 offering. High fly. Right field for Morse. Comes in. Big out. Out number 2.
With that fly ball out, Pirates are now 1 for 5 with runners in scoring position. The one hit was the double by McCutcheon in the first inning to drive in Snyder.
Mariners and the Buccos came in with identical .216 batting averages, runners in scoring position. There's McHenry, a fly ball to right, first time up. Good swing and a miss. McHenry out of Knoxville, Tennessee, still lives there. Played 3 years at Middle Tennessee State. Rank trying to get this journeyman catcher. With Colorado in 2010, got to the Buccos in 11. Shopik shoves the other catcher out of the box. Pat each other on the back. Been there, pal. Totally understand.
It's already been a couple of situations in this game where Kelly's done a good job of blocking some of those breaking balls. And with the speed of the Pirates, you'd think they would take advantage of it, but he's been able to keep it close to him.
Two and two. Strike away from getting out of this for Aaron Harang. Two and two with 2 out, 2 on. Oakland's playing at Cleveland tonight, bottom of the 4th, no score. Kansas City trailing at Baltimore 3-1. White Sox at the Mets, interleague play, no score, bottom 3. Smoke is on the spot. Big leaping grab by the first sacker as the Pirates get 2 aboard and leave them there 2-0 Pittsburgh. Seattle Mariners baseball and Root Sports being brought to you by BNSF Railway, the engine that connects us. And by Jack in the Box. The Chipotle Chicken Club Combo is back for a limited time at Jack in the Box. Try one today with fries and a drink for just $4.99 plus tax. From the beautiful sights in Pittsburgh, PA, PNC Park. We're here tonight and tomorrow morning, Seattle time. Mariners will have Thursday off, then come home for weekend series. Mariner fans here on the East Coast taking in the ball game. A lot of Tim is from Ellensburg. And I'm sure they're going to stick around and watch the King, Felix Hernandez, pitch tomorrow. Tomorrow's ball game against A.J. Burnett. Michael Morris to lead it off, followed by Justin Smoke and Dustin Ackley against Jinmar Gomez. Morris struck out his first time. Swing and a miss. Two.
Two perfect pitches. A good fastball on the outside corner, and that was a slider on the outside corner. Both pitches down.
Blazing start for Morris. He's cooled off a lot. Injury, as you know, Pinky's had a big part of it. 1-2.
It looked like he was starting to get it going again, and then he's cooled off a little bit over the last 3 games. 50 pitches now for Gomez.
Here's the 1-2. Well, good job fighting that off.
Oh.
Ground ball down to the third baseman, Alvarez. Here's the Jones. One out. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. And the calendar, as we've been discussing, is crazy, isn't it? You're going to get a day off at home, then 3 home games against the A's, and then coming back east, the Mariners with 3 with the Yankees. That'll be a 4-game series with the Tribe, a weekend wraparound, and then 2 games in L.A. against the Angels. There's Smoke. Outside corner for strike 1. A broken bat ground ball to second base. First time up. That's well stroked into right field for a base hit.
Hit it right through the shift. The Pirates shifting their infield around, and Justin just hits a line drive right through it. Solid base hit for Justin Smoke. Yeah, fastball up out over the plate. Bring up Dustin Ackley. Ackley lined out to the shortstop his first time up.
Ackley straight away in the outfield. Here's a pitch. Off the plate for ball 1. Belated happy birthday wishes to number 24 for your New York Giants, your San Francisco Giants, and your New York Mets. Willie Howard Mays turned 82 yesterday. The Say Hey Kid. Dustin Ackley, Wendy's, now that's better. Picked it up a lot here.
See what he's done over his last 14 games, hitting at a 360 clip. He's using the entire field. Again, lined out his first time up right at the shortstop, hitting the ball the other way.
Second baseman Mercer to Barnes to Jones for the double play that ends the inning here in the 4th. Genmar Gomez, late scratch addition, pitching well through 4. Pirates first of a 2-game set. Time for AT&T trivia question. Will not participate in this one. Which river joins the Allegheny River to form the Ohio River right here in downtown Pittsburgh? Monongalia, No Monongalia, Monongahela, and the Monongahela. Monongahela at the very top. How about that one? That involved the late Alex Karras from Blazing Saddles, of course.
Well, Aaron Harang has settled down after the first inning. 3 straight hits to start the game, and since then, he's pitched well, giving up just 1 hit since then.
Got Pedro Alvarez here, Jordy Mercer, and Clint Barnes, 6, 7, and 8. So far ranked 2 strikeouts, no walks. 2 runs on 4 hits. Two and 1. Harang was part of the surplus pitching that the Dodgers had. And now they're struggling like crazy.
Yeah. And a couple of pitchers get hurt. Aaron Harang now 58 pitches, 43 strikes.
Payoff pitch. Fouled back. Three and 2. Struck him out. That's strikeout number 3. Second time he's keyed Alvarez.
One of his better fastballs. It was up in the zone, but 92 miles an hour, so he put a little extra on it. Was able to throw it by him. 7th pitch of the at-bat. You can see it's above the belt. Right on the outside corner.
Here's the other strikeout victim, Jody Mercer. Coming up. Get Alvarez way late.
Way late.
Swing and miss by Mercer. He struck out on a 1-2 pitch. That led off the second. He's got a good rhythm going now. He's
Starting to dial up the outside corner. This is basically splitting it. It's a good fastball again, 90 miles an hour on the outside corner.
And hear the wind.
I can feel the wind.
I know, I'm going to put the coat on it. Down goes Jody Mercer. Back-to-back strikeouts here for Aaron Harang. Gives him 4 on the night.
After a couple of fastballs on the outside corner, gets him to chase a breaking ball that's down out of the strike zone. Again, good location on this pitch as you see the rotation from our McDonald Supermo and the swing by Mercer out in front of it.
1 hit allowed in the last 13 batters faced by Aaron Harang. Storm took out the game in Washington, and the Storm really doing a job going up the East Coast, and we're in the fringe end of it here in southwest Pennsylvania. Another storm system could be moving through here in the next 45 to 60 minutes. Sure would be big for the Mariners to get a couple of runs coming up. We're down 2-0 as we play in the bottom of the 4th.
It would be. It would be nice for Aaron to retire Barmas right here, because then you'd have the pitcher leading off next inning. Gomez waiting on deck.
Two and two.
Looks like he's getting a better feel for his breaking ball. He left a couple of them up in the middle of the plate in the first inning. McCutchen hit a double off of one that was just a hanger. Now he's starting to get it off the plate.
Dribbler's going to stay foul. 2-0 Pirates. Check swing by Marte won the race to first, beating Harang there. Snyder follows with an RBI double. McCutchen does likewise with the 2 runs. The Mariners have 1 hit, make it 2 hits. Got the first one from Michael Saunders, 2 outs in the 3rd, and then they got a base hit to right by Smoke in the 4th. Two and two. Flags blown across the field. Blown left to right, I should say. Flags in center field. Here's a pitch. Breaking ball. Center field for Saunders. Wind knocks it down a little bit as he has to come back to get it. Nicely done by Aaron Harang. 1-2-3 go the Pirates in the 4th. They lead 2-0. With the Mariners as we look at the Pittsburgh Convention Center. College night is this Friday, and the Mariners are hosting a thrift shop fashion contest. Come sport your thrift shop best and impress the judges, including McLemore's very own Wands. You can win some prizes and also enjoy happy hour pricing all pre-game long in the pens. The tickets are only $8, so pick some up. Get yours now, mariners.com/college. Golf building here in Pittsburgh. Golf as in the oil company. One of Fortune 500 companies here in Pittsburgh. As Kelly Shopik swings through, strike one. Shopik thus far has struck out. A good job behind the plate for Harang.
Only 58 pitches so far for Gomez, and he looks like he's in a groove tonight, so they need to try to get his pitch count up. Again, spot start for him. Threw 80 pitches in his last outing.
Strike two.
This pitch will be 60, and looks like he has good sink to his fastball. Is able to throw a slider for a strike or off the plate away when he wants to waste a pitch. Mixed in a couple of changeups.
Angels lead at Houston 3-0, bottom of the first. Tampa Bay's got a 4-1 lead over Toronto. That's St. Pete, top of the third. 0-2 pitch. And Shopik's gone on 3 pitches. Second time he struck out, and that is 4 strikeouts on the evening. Some of the river action here in Pittsburgh. Replica paddle wheel. Great cruises, great memories, it says there. Princess, they're having a good old time. It is getting to prime season. And on the ground, Barmes. Second time he robs the Mariners shortstop, Brendan Ryan. 2 down.
Well, that's the way it's going for Brendan. Hits the ball well 2 times in a row up the middle. They're playing him to pull, but Barmes shows good range again.
The money tree just in time. And
he gets to it in good shape, and to stop his momentum is the reason why he goes into that little slide. It's a little pop-up slide and a spin.
Here's Aaron Harang. Brendan Ryan walking back to the dugout. Stare down Barmes. Barmes didn't want to look at him. One to one. Harang struck out last time. Well, took a shot, fouled one off. Just 2 hits tonight for the Mariners. 2 outs, nobody on, 1 and 2 to Harang. And a miss. Harang's gone. So the Mariners 1, 2, 3 in the 5th. 2-0 Buccos. the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. Today's Tracer Technology is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest. All right, thank you so much. Good history of baseball here in Pittsburgh, to say the least. This one popped up. Smoke does a good job taking charge. One down as Gomez. Brad's going to be on the air at 9 a.m. One of the great things about Pittsburgh baseball, I remember because I was in first year of college, 1971. There's a lot to be said. Howie Hack was a super scout, and he scouted a lot of the great American blacks and Hispanic blacks. In 1971, the Buccos fielded September 71, the first all-black and Latin 9 men starting in a major league ball game, 1971. And they had a lot of good players back in those teams. 70s were a good time for the Pirates. Won it in 71. Roberto Clemente and company's Marte swings through. Rennie Stenick, Annie Sanguian, Willie Stargell, Dave Parker, Dave Cash,
Omar
Moreno, Mad Dog
Matlock.
Yeah. There's Willie Stargell's retired number 8. Great statue of him on the third base side outside the ballpark. And whoever did the statue did an outstanding job, because you got full face features of number 8 as that one lined out hard to the right field of Morse. That was a real historic happening when they started an all-black and Latin 9. Doc Ellis was probably on the mound that day. The late, great Doc Ellis. And this is obviously a tape of Pop Stargell. When he would homer here, he used to have a chicken emporium, fast food. And the late, great Bob Prince, the gunner, long time, I mean legendary voice of the Buccos. He would crush one at Three Rivers Stadium. And in the black neighborhood called the Hill District. And his emporium was there. It's a chicken on the hill with Will. Home run, Willie Stargell. Wilbur Darnell Stargell.
We Are Family, Willie Stargell.
79 club.
In the middle of all that. Yeah, as a kid, I used to love watching it. Watch him wield that bat around. It's great.
It really hit. Pirates trying to get their first winning season since 1992 when Jim Leland took them to the NLCS, where they lost to the Braves in the last play of the game. High fly ball. Right field staying up for Morse off the bat of Snyder. And that will do it. So 5 complete. And a 2-0 Pittsburgh lead. Baseball and Root Sports being brought to you by CenturyLink, your link to what's next. By Sterling Bank, nobody works harder for you. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. And by American Family Insurance, your dream is out there. Go get it. Find out more at amfam.com/dreams. 2-0 Pirates as we go to the 6th. Jenmar Gomez did his job as a fill-in starter here today for James McDonald.
Well, I'll say 5 innings pitched, just gave up 2 hits, a couple of walks. He did strike out 5 on 66 pitches. So he was efficient to get through 5 innings. Emergency starter for Gomez. Justin Wilson, the left-hander, will take over. A 1.35 ERA. He has pitched well in 20 innings. He has 17 strikeouts. He has walked 12 batters, a little bit high there. Only given up 7 hits, though.
Earlier we were talking about Pittsburgh baseball history. How could I not remember to include Josh Gibson in that, possibly greatest power hitter of them all? They were named the Homestead High-Level Bridge after the Homestead Graze in Negro Lake as Saunders fouls one off. Top of the order, Saunders, Bay, and Siegel.
Michael 1 for 2, had a line drive base hit his last time up, ended up stealing a base also. He stole second.
They got to get something going. There's absolutely nothing going on here with the Mariners.
Well, the good news is Gomez is out of the game, and they didn't make many adjustments against him. He really pitched well, so hopefully better luck against Wilson.
1-2.
Wilson with a good fastball in the mid-90s, a hard slider.
Breaking ball. Snyder didn't have to move too much. 1 out here in the 6th. Bring up Jason Bay. He would love to get bat on ball and do damage. He's walked twice. Former Pirate All-Star. Behind 0-2.
Start him off with a couple of fastballs, 95 miles an hour, both of them right down the middle.
Didn't get it real well there as Alvarez throws him out. 2 down. 2 out, 2 in the 6th. MLB.TV. Celebrating 11 years. Join the millions of fans and subscribe today. You can watch every out-of-market game live online on your favorite mobile and connected devices in HD quality with MLB.TV Premium. Visit MLB.TV today. MLB.TV. Baseball everywhere. 2 outs in the 6th. Justin Wilson on the mound. 25-year-old left-hander from Anaheim, California. Lives in Clovis, California now. Back up the middle. A solid base hit off the bat of Kyle Seager.
Kyle paying attention, seeing that Wilson's starting everybody off with a fastball. That was a good fastball, too. 96 miles an hour, but it was in the middle of the plate. And Kyle was ready to hit. Hits this ball hard back up the middle.
Third Mariner hit tonight.
See if Michael Morris can get a hold of one. Again, if it's going to fly out of here, probably carries out towards right with the way the wind's blowing. Michael has good power to right field.
Crowd him with that pitch. Ball 1. Two-0 count here to Morse. Wind picking up big time. 2-0. 3-0. With a strike now. 3 balls, 1 strike to Michael Morse. 2 outs, man at first. Off the fist, foul back.
Good cut fastball from Wilson. 91 miles an hour, but a little cut to it to get it in on his hands.
Big opportunity here for the Mariners. Payoff here to Morse. Struck him out. Runner stranded, 4 on the night. Pirates lead 2-0. Question: which river joins the Allegheny to form the Ohio and downtown Pittsburgh? Fans went with Monongahela. C. Survey says C. There you go. Flows north from West Virginia. Allegheny River flows south from western PA. Ohio River runs 981 miles to the Mississippi. It's the longest river in the country. Aaron Harang pitching to Andrew McCutchen, leading off the home 6th. McCutchen today with an RBI double and a single. RBI single is back up again. Let's start that again. An RBI double to left and a single to left. 1-1.
Well, I think if things go according to plan, this will be Aaron Harang's last inning. He has pitched well since the first.
Giving up just 1 hit. Hasn't walked anybody.
Since the first inning.
Through the hole. What a night for McCutchen. 3 for 3.
Now with that leadoff base hit, Aaron will have to pay attention to him over at first, keep him close, help Kelly Shopik out as you see this base hit through the left side of the infield. reason why in a perfect world this would be the last inning for Aaron. His spot is due up 5th next inning, so hopefully his spot will come around with a couple of guys on, something the Mariners haven't been able to do tonight. And they'll pinch hit for him.
Back with a dive is McCutchen, who had a very good lead.
On the bench for Wedge, you have Chavez, Ibanez, Morales, Andino, and Montero on the bench. Felt a raindrop, Dave.
And it's going to be blowing in. You can bet on it. Want to know that Garrett Jones 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out the first fly to right. RBIs tonight for Pittsburgh. Travis Snyder and McCutchen. First inning doubles. Mariners with just 3 hits. Only base runner the Mariners have had at second base. Michael Saunders stole second in the 3rd. Tony Watson warming up. Two-0 count to Jones. Left field, Bay towards the lines, got it measured, and
drop it.
Could not hold on.
It's a tough play. You can see there's not much room between the wall and the line as he tries to stay with it. Just scrapes the side of the wall.
Tough play. 2-1. Rang through over just as McCutchen was about to take another half step. Three balls, 1 strike. Charlie Furbush starting to heat up. McCutchen runs, pitch fouled off. Great jump by McCutchen. 6 for 7 in base stealing. Couldn't hurdle the manager.
I'm sure he'll run again. They're going to try to stay out of the double play on a 3-2 count.
Range ready. 3-2 pitch. McCutchen's on the move, and strike 3 call. Stolen base standing up for McCutchen. That's his 7th. A strikeout for Harang. That's his 5th of the night. 1 down here in the 6th.
Oh, Pirate bench thought that last pitch was up out of the strike zone. It looks like it's right towards the top of it. Take a look. Good jump. It's a good jump by McCutchen. Couldn't tell if Kelly just couldn't get a grip on it right away or thought maybe it was ball 4 and decided not to throw it.
Michael McHenry. A speed pitch for strike. He's 0 for 2. Fly to right. Lined out the first.
Pirates are 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. Again, hitting .216 with runners in scoring position at the start of the game.
One. One out with the speedy McCutchen down at second. Mariners trying to keep this as a 2-0 deficit. All 2 strikes.
Couple of fastballs inside. That last one beat him, and a little inside-out emergency swing to get it out of there. It was on his hands. See if Aaron tries to go in a little bit farther. Probably a slider away off the plate if he can get it there.
1-2. Slow roller. Ryan throws him out. 2 down. Moving up to third base is McCutchen. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. 2 outs, man at third. Pedro Alvarez, their third baseman. He struck out twice.
Probably put him on. You have the right-handed hitter waiting on deck. Couple of outs. Now they're going to pitch to him.
Jody Mercer, the next hitter, he too has struck out twice. Strike 1. And this is outside 1-1. There's not been a lot of offense here tonight. Back-to-back RBI doubles by Snyder and McCutchen in the first inning. And Harang has Alvarez 1-2. Since that 2 runs on 3 hits in the first inning, Harang has limited Pittsburgh to 2 hits, 1 this inning. High heat, got him. Half dozen strikeouts for Aaron Harang, and it's a shame he's behind 2-0 as we go to the 7th. A windy, threatening night here in Pittsburgh. Pirates on top. Be here tomorrow for an exciting MLS matchup. Watch the Portland Timbers kick off against FC Dallas at 6 p.m. Catch all the action only on Root Sports. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports crew. Beautiful night here in Pittsburgh, albeit windy and threatening. Good look at the skyline, one of the better settings in Major League Baseball. Pirates with a 2-0 lead. Back-to-back first inning RBI doubles by Snyder and McCutchen, the difference. Mariners with just 3 hits this evening.
And you can see in that shot Montero running in from the bullpen. So he's probably looking to pinch hit with the left-hander on the mound. Again, the pitcher spot due up 5th this inning.
New pitcher, left-hander Tony Watson. Justin Smoke leads it off. And he looks at strike one. It'll be Smoke, Ackley, and Shopik.
Take a look at Tony Watson this year, a 4.8 ERA for him, 15th appearance on the year. He's given up 11 hits in the 15 innings that he has worked, 13 strikeouts, 5 walks.
Bounce foul, Tony Watson. Turns 28 later on this month. 6'4", 222, born in Sioux City, Iowa. Lives in Omaha, Nebraska. Pittsburgh's 9th round selection. 2007 first-year player draft. With the Pirates last couple of years. 5-2 last year. 5-2 with a 3.38 ERA and 68 appearances.
Fastball will be 92, 93 miles an hour. Will mix in a slider and a changeup.
Out back.
Justin Smoke trying to add to his night. He's 1 for 2.
Weather system going up I-95 has affected the Baltimore game. They're in a delay right now. Orioles 3-1 lead over Kansas City. There's light rain moving in here in the Pittsburgh area in a matter of minutes.
You can see Justin, his struggles have been from this side of the plate, hitting right-handed.
Here's a 2-2. Wind picking up. Wind's been blowing strongly left to right at PNC Park. On deck hitter Dustin Ackley. Houston's on the board, bottom of the third. Angels lead at 3-2. Payoff to Smoke. Two to Smoke. And he chased. Tony Watson's first strikeout. One out here in the 7th. Ride with all your fans on Sound Transit and enjoy freedom from traffic and parking. To plan your next trip, visit soundtransit.org. Ackley, the hitter, is lined out to shortstop and ground into a double play. Coming in at third is Alvarez on the grass.
Dustin doesn't do much of it, and he hasn't this year, but if he wanted to take a bunt with him to the right side.
Money.
Yeah, the pitcher's falling off towards the third base side and the right side of the infield playing back. In fact, the second baseman's on the grass.
Oh, 2 pitch. Line drive, base hit center field. Ackley aboard with a base hit. One out here in the 7th.
Did a good job of, see that last pitch, down and away from off speed pitch, little breaking ball. Did a good job of staying with it and hitting it hard back up the middle in an 0-2 count. Let's see what he's done against the fastball in those last 14 games, and off speed pitch has improved. He's just not missing that fastball early in the count anymore. He's starting to hit it hard, and that's why his average has steadily gone up for him.
White Sox were being perfected by Matt Harvey of the Mets until a 2-out infield single by Alex Rios just broke it up in the 7th. Ray Searage, pitching coach, his second appearance tonight. How about that?
How about it? I said that to you today when we were filling out our lineup sheets.
Jose Contreras, bless his heart, is back. 0-5, big contributions to the White Sox winning the World Series. Did that as a reliever earlier after leaving Cuba. He was a dominant pitcher. He was a starter for the Yankees. He's bounced around a little bit since then, had a series of injuries. And he's right. They got the heavy sinking fastball. Take the bat out of your hands. Just Kelly Shopik struck out twice swinging. Time called by Eric Cooper. Granting the request of Kelly Shopik. Milwaukee leads the Rangers 5-1, bottom of the 3rd in Milwaukee. Slow roller, Barmes gets Shopik. Ackley got into second base in good shape. They take the out, 2 down.
And as you would expect, there's going to be a pinch hitter for Brendan Ryan.
Hey, Mariner fans, sign up for Root Sports Red Alerts to get exclusive Arborson giveaways, Northwest sports updates, and the latest programming highlights. Just text FAN to 733-733 and get in on all the action.
Jesus Montero is going to come out and pinch hit for Brendan Ryan. You saw him coming in from the bullpen in between innings. Saw Contreras getting loose in the pen. They've already made one trip out to the mound. We'll see what they want to do here with Montero coming to the plate. Well, it looks like we're going to have a pitching change.
Here comes Clint Hurdle. He's going to bring in Contreras to face Jesus Montero. This should be a good battle. 2 outs. Montero representing the tying run at the plate. 2-0 Pittsburgh. As we take a look at our Sterling Bank, nobody works harder for you. How about Aaron Harang? Rough start in the first inning and then did well through the 6th inning.
Yeah, really made a good adjustment in the first inning. Gave up a swinging bunt, basically a couple of doubles, and after that he settled down. Really had good command, good fastball today, was able to throw it on the corners and use his breaking ball effectively. So overall, what looked like it was going to be a rough outing turned out to be a good outing for Aaron Harang. So far, he's gone 6 innings, giving up just 2 runs. We take a look at Jose Contreras, 1-0 record, high ERA, 5.27 last year.
Spent last year with the Phillies. And all kinds of injuries, and now pinch hitting for Montero, who was pinch hitting for Ryan. You got Raul Ibanez. Moves and counter moves. Here comes Raul Ibanez. So Ibanez will swing the bat. Raul 40. And Contreras is 41. Contreras been with the Yankees, the White Sox, the Rockies, Phillies, and now the Buccos. Way outside, ball one.
I think with the way the breeze is blowing, this is the matchup that Eric Wedge wanted. You had the right-hander Montero to get the lefty out of there, bring the righty, and now you get a left-handed hitter. See if he can hit one in the bleachers in right field with the way the wind's blowing tonight.
Blowing hard out to right. Into the gap. Raul Ibanez is going to bring home a run. An RBI double for Raul, and the Mariners are back in this ball game at 2-1. Ibanez off the bench. He checks in with his 6th RBI, and for Raul, his 3rd double of the year.
Well, we'll see what comes next after Raul. I'm sure it'll be another pinch hitter, but a nice swing by Raul. Gets a fastball middle away and hits it hard into the gap. So Contreras misses with his first pitch, an off-speed pitch away, and Raul hammers that fastball. And Dino will come out and run for Raul. Better speed there, and he will have to go in and play shortstop anyway. So Andino will pinch run for Ibanez. And it looks like Indy Chavez coming out to pinch hit.
Chavez will get the assignment. See if he can deliver an RBI that can tie this game up. Robert Andino, pinch running. Raul's first pinch hit this season. A chance to get Aaron Harang off the hook for an L, or put him in position to win it if the Mariners can keep this thing going. 2 outs. Strike one, Andy. Robert Andino is the runner at second base. Outside. Contreras ready, the 1-1 to Chavez. Comebacker. That'll do it right there. Mariners do get on the board. Pinch hit RBI double by Raul Ibanez as we go to the home 7th, 2-1 Pittsburgh. Washington's lottery. What happens when you combine trucks with bucks? You get an amazing second chance scratch game, win a new truck, or one of 6 $10,000 cash prizes. Play the Trucks and Bucks second chance scratch drawing from Washington's lottery today. Visit WALottery.com for details. 7th inning stretch time here at Pittsburgh. Some Mariner fans on hand. Good to see them here. 2-1 ball game. Raul Banez with a pinch hit RBI double has brought the Mariners just a little bit closer. Their first score of the ball game. As we play now the bottom of the 7th inning. New pitcher for the Mariners is Charlie Furbush.
Left-hander Charlie Furbush going to take over. Pitch here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Charlie with a good fastball would be in the low 90s. Use a sweeping breaking ball. 12th appearance for him this year. 4.32 ERA. Only 8 1/3 innings pitched so far this year, but 15 strikeouts. That's a big number for 8 1/3. Well, Mariners done a good job pinch hitting, and it paid off right there. Now 1 for 2 pinch hitting in this game. They were 333 average pinch hitting this year.
Bottom third of the order. Charlie slipped on the mound. That's why that baby only got in there about 58 feet. Spikes caught or something.
Take a look at Aaron Harang again. Pitched well, duplicated his last outing. 6 innings, 5 hits, gave up 2 runs. They were earned. Didn't walk anybody. 6 strikeouts. He threw 97 pitches in the game. So what looked like was going to be a rough outing ended up pitching well through 6.
Ground ball. Nice hop for Seager. There's a smoke to retire Jordy Mercer.
The Mariners struggling offensively in this game today. Eric Wedge deciding to go for it there in the last inning. Dave, he has nothing left on his bench. Morales, the only extra player that he has left. So he went for it, tried to get him back in the game. It worked out for 1 run. They got to run closer because of it, but just Morales left on the bench.
Bring up shortstop Clint Barmas, 1 out. Fly to right, fly to center for Clint today. All 1 from Charlie. Mariners in the 8th will have the top of the order coming up. Right down the heart of the plate, 1-1.
Looks like former Tiger Brandon Inge has come out on deck, so he will pinch hit.
That slipped out of his hand, 2-1. 2 first inning runs by the Pirates have stood up. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Minnesota leads Boston at Boston 2-0, top of the 7th. Rays lead the Jays 4-1, top of the 6th down at St. Pete. Rangers losing at Milwaukee 5-1, bottom of the 4th. Two pitch. Sending an audio greeting card to the on-deck hitter. Breaking ball hit foul.
There's Brandon Inge.
Talking to Jason Phillips yesterday about Inge. He said, what a stud athlete. Can dunk. Hits a golf ball a mile. He's had a nice career here in the big leagues. Got a multiple position guy in the big leagues. Catcher, third, and center fielder.
They used to play him all, and then he finally settled in at third. Carter Capps cranking it up.
Two. Got him looking. Arm is gone. He's 0 for 3 tonight. 2 outs here in the 7th. 2 outs here in the 7th. Are you the ultimate Northwest Mariners fan in the state of Oregon? Well, then Root Sports is looking for you throughout the month of May. Capture a photo on Instagram or Twitter with hashtag UltimateNWFanOregon, showing why it should be you. You're going to be entered to win a trip and a VIP experience at Mariners Fan Appreciation Night, September at Safeco Field. So check out the official rules. Go to rootsports.com. Brandon Inge, pinch hitting. And we get a pitcher's spot. In. Mark Melanson warming up for Pittsburgh. Inge last year with Oakland at 74 games. Swing and a miss and a good breaking ball by Furbush. Matter of fact, I believe the Mariners are the last team to see Inge in a Tiger uniform. As he fouls it into the glove of Kelly Shopik, that'll do it. As Furbush records a couple of strikeouts in the 7th, 8th inning, coming up in a 1-run lead for Pittsburgh. Captain Morgan, raise your glass, always in moderation, to life, love, and loot. And by Mazda, we believe if it's not worth driving, it's not worth building. Good looking sight here at Pittsburgh from PNC Park, home of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, Root Sports Crews. You look at the Allegheny River, 3 great bridges spanning it back over into downtown. Great venue to watch Major League Baseball. Pirates come in with a record of 17 up, 14 down. The Mariners at 15 and 18. Time running short on the Mariners in this 1-run game. New pitcher Mark Melanson takes over.
Melanson, a hard-throwing right-hander. He has pitched great for the Pirates this year. Look at that ERA. 16th appearance, .56 ERA for him. 16 innings pitched, 15 strikeouts, has yet to walk a batter. Opponent's average just 172. And he will face the top of the order for the Mariners. Leading off will be Michael Saunders.
One of the reasons why the Pirates are right in the thick of things in the Central Division, starting today tied with Cincinnati, 3 games behind first place St. Louis.
Yeah, they have Melanson and then Grilly to pitch the 9th.
Strike one to Michael Saunders. 1 for 3 with a stolen base tonight. Nice pitch. Tough break for Saunders. As Melanson comes up big there. Fouled off by Saunders. Mark Melanson, 28 years old, out of Arvada, Colorado, lives in Spring, Texas, 6'2", 215. Obtained from Boston day after Christmas last year. The deal, I said Joel Hanrahan, infielder Brock Holt to Boston. Breaking ball held on to by McHenry. Strikeout victim is Saunders, 1 out.
Take a look at the last swing by Michael. That looks like a good catch. I thought maybe it hit the ground. Michael was hoping that it did, but looked like a good catch.
There's Jason Bay, 0 for 1, 2 walks.
Hard breaking ball from Melanson.
Been with the Yankees, Houston, and Boston. Mark Melanson. Number 1.
Looks like a little cut to his fastball.
Best record in the pros in the big leagues, 2011. 8-4 with the Astros with a 2.78 ERA in 71 games, 20 saves. In between, and now Bay is behind 1-2. So 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kyle Seager's on deck. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts from Melanson. 2 outs here in the Mariners' 8th. Mariners say thank you to members of the U.S. military with a great ticket offer at all Sunday through Thursday home games. Men and women of the armed forces receive $5 off select view or $10 off select main level seats. Take advantage of military special pricing. Simply show your military ID at the Safeco Field box office. And we look forward to seeing the men and women who serve our country in uniform at the ballpark as Seager fouls one, strike 1.
Watching Melanson, it doesn't look like he hides the ball, but so far a lot of foul tips or swing and miss at his fastball. Again, he has a little cut to it, so there is some movement there, but it looks like he's just right over the top coming at you. That's a hard breaking ball, I can tell you that. Tough curveball to manage. And you can see why he has such good numbers.
fouled off, and that hurt. Oh, 1-2. 1-2 to Kyle Seager. Seager has one of the 5 Mariner hits. 2 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 4 left for Pittsburgh. A run on 5 hits, no errors, and 5 left for the Mariners. Monson started out in pro ball Staten Island, Yankee affiliate, back in 06. Didn't pitch in 07. Worked his way up to the big club in New York before being traded in 2010. McHenry held it there for extra added effect to no avail. 2-2.
Eric Cooper got it right. That pitch outside.
Two to Seager. Hit a breaking ball. Ground ball to the second baseman Mercer. And Mariners go quietly in the 8th, trailing by a run here in Pittsburgh. Head and shoulders pitch sequence. Charlie Furbush going against Brandon Inge in the 7th.
Yeah, Charlie had a 1-2-3 7th inning, and the last hitter he had was Inge as he comes back with a good fastball to work ahead. Waste a fastball up top, change the eye level. Here's a good breaking ball. That's Charlie's go-to pitch right there, right underneath the hands of Inge, and then puts the fastball by him. So he made short work of Inge, but a good sequence of pitches. Nice elevated fastball to put him away. Carter Capps will take over and pitch here in the 8th inning. For Carter, his 12th appearance of the year, 2-1 record, 4.5 ERA, 21 strikeouts to just 3 walks. It's really good work. Carter's fastball will be mid to upper 90s. Hard slider.
Mariner pitchers have retired 14 of the last 15 they've seen. As Sterling Marte shows bunt leading off the home 8th. Marte, Snyder, and McCutcheon 1, 2, and 3 in Clint Hurdle's Pirate lineup.
Well, they've been chirping at Eric Cooper, the home plate umpire, the entire game, and I think he's just about had enough.
Carter Capps beats Marte with that pitch. Harang for 6, Furbush for 1, and now Carter Capps. Back to Capps. Exploded that bat.
That is in on your knuckles right there. Good fastball after a couple of sliders. And he gets this right on the hands of Marte. A couple of sliders and a fastball in. Good reaction there by Carter. So many times that soft line drive comes back and you reach for it because you can't tell how quickly it's hit, and they'll put their glove out there and drop it before the ball even gets there. So good play by Carter.
Thing looked like it knuckled too.
Probably did after it was in on his hands. Jason Grilly getting loose out in the pen. Good closer for the Pirates.
Travis Snyder. Ball one. First inning. RBI double to the right center field gap. Since then, a fly to center, fly to right. Off the Shopik's glove, 2-0.
Good pitch.
Down low. Walked him on 4. 1 out, 1 on, 8th inning, 1-run lead for Pittsburgh. Catch new episodes of Mariners All Access every Sunday throughout the season before the Mariners pregame show. Get exclusive player interviews, behind-the-scenes footage, and Mariners stories you can't find anywhere else. Now, if you missed Sunday's episode, make sure you tune in for re-airs throughout the week on Root Sports. For the local programming schedule, visit rootsports.com. Strike one to McCutchen, who's had an outstanding evening. He's 3 for 3 with an RBI. His first inning RBI double right now is the difference in the ball game. Runner goes. Taps, throws, and he got him.
And he was just trying to time it, Snyder. Thought he had him time going home. Sometimes pitchers will fall into this sequence where they take off, and he leaves really early, and good for Carter Cap. Sometimes the pitcher will panic, but he doesn't, and throws him out.
Stepped off the mound properly. Good throw. Piece of cake.
Yep.
Four for 4 night for Andrew McCutchen. 4 for 4 that'll bring up Garrett Jones.
Well, he's feeling good at the plate. You can still see that little bit of a separated grip from him. Actually jams him a little bit. Soft line drive into left field. Keep his perfect night going.
Garrett Jones, their cleanup man tonight. Took a called third strike last time up in the 6th. He's 0 for 3. Strike one. Mariners in the top of the 9th will have 4, 5, and 6. More Smoke and Ackley. Caps. I hit on 2. Two outs. McCutchen at first. Back with a dive. McCutchen, fabulous night. 4 for 4, an RBI, a stolen base.
And now that Jones is behind in the count 0-2, I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to take off and steal second.
Good lead. Cat and mouse game going on. Pretty good lead for McCutcheon. Time called. Kelly Shopik going out with a quick chat with Carter Capps. Houston's taking a lead at home against the Angels, 6-3, top of the fifth. Oh, 2. High. Oakland lost at Cleveland 1-0. Here's the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Garrett Jones. Michael McHenry, the catcher's on deck.
Another breaking ball in the dirt that Kelly Shopik's able to just smother in front of home plate. Against these Pirates, it's not going to be good enough just to block it. If it kicks away from you at all, they can take the next base. So he's done a good job of keeping the ball close to him, just smothering it up there.
Especially with McCutcheon, who's got plus speed. Foul back. Kansas City at Baltimore still delayed 3-1. Get some rain there in Baltimore. Capps trying to get the third out here. He's got a 2-2 count to Garrett Jones. Off the glove and mask. Shopik.
See Jones putting up a fight, falling behind right away. Has a count now at 2-2, but this will be the 7th pitch coming up in this at bat. Barely getting a piece of that slider from Carter Capps.
On it goes. Hit well. Right field. Bye-bye. 2-run homer. Garrett Jones. 4-1 lead for the Pirates for Jones. 4th home run, RBI 16 and 17.
Well, this is a fastball, 94 miles an hour, and it's right in that area the left-handed power hitters like it. You can see it on the EQC tracer. Just drops the barrel to it and drives it line drive home run into the seats.
35th home run for the Pirates. They started tonight 6th in the National League. They had it all the way. No, sir. Actually going to miss McHenry, who's 0 for 3 tonight. Garrett Jones with a big home run. A little cushion here for the Pirates. This one fouled back.
Well, he saved himself. He had to fight in that at bat. Fouled off a couple of pretty good sliders from Carter Capps, and finally got the fastball in an area that he could handle it and hit it hard.
Capps is trying to keep it a 1-run game. He had a 2-2 count before he gave it up to Jones. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes McHenry, and now the Mariners got some work to do in the ninth. 4, 5, and 6 more. Smoke and Ackley coming up. one.
He might have more fun taking batting practice than anybody, too.
Yeah, for sure.
There's the matchup tomorrow. Felix, of course, has pitched great. Trying to add to the 4 games that he has won this year. A 1.60 ERA. Opponent's average is 2.12. And then A.J. Burnett, a 2.57 ERA for him. Good fastball, hard curveball for Burnett. So it should be a good matchup tomorrow. In the meantime, Jason Grilli will take over. He is 12 for 12 in save opportunities. ERA 0.69 for him. 13 innings pitched, 21 strikeouts to just 4 walks.
12 saves, tied with the Giant Sergio Romo for the lead in the National League. First hitter, Michael Morse. Morse trying to answer that challenge immediately. Gabby Sanchez takes over at first base with Garrett Jones.
Sanchez will go in the number 9 spot. Grilli takes Jones' spot in the lineup. It's cleanup spot.
One, two. Up high. Fisher and lost. Good time tonight that Morse struck out. 1 out here in the 9th.
Let's see what Grilli has done, taking over the closer's job here. As Dave mentioned, tied with Romo, with the 12 saves each. 22 strikeouts now. He's good hard slider, good fastball. It was their setup man, and now he's taking over the closer role.
Grilli's 36 years old, born in Royal Oak, Michigan. Here's Smoke. Fastball for strike. Oh, he thought that was outside. I thought so as well.
Maybe up. And the EQC tracer. Looks like maybe it was up.
Grilli 6'4", 225. He's been around Florida, White Sox, Detroit, Colorado, Texas. And this is 3rd year with the Pirates. Strike 2. Could not get him to go. 1 and 2. Pretty good heat. 2 outs.
Now that was tough. That was his best fastball at 94 miles an hour, and he threw it in the same spot as the first pitch that was called a strike. Justin having to expand the strike zone. Wasn't able to catch up to it.
Two outs. Last hope for the Mariners. Dustin Ackley. 12,937 on hand here at PNC Park. Strike 1. It goes back to the early years of the Pirate organization. Ball on the strike to Ackley. Pirate fans on their feet. Mariner fans, long faces there. 2-1. Ackley with one of 5 hits by the Mariners. Mariners down to their last strike. Two balls, 2 strikes, Ackley. Nobody on. 4-1 lead. Garrett Jones 2-run homer. Gave the Pirates cushion at the top of the bottom of the 8th. Is that one down low? Full count. Old school Pirate look. Fans' expression says it all for the Mariners. 3-2 to Ackley. Pitch from Grilly. Foul back.
Dustin putting up a fight. He's just not going to give in. This will be the 7th pitch of this at bat. Last pitch was a good pitch from Grilly. Good job of fouling that pitch off, staying alive.
Three balls, 2 strikes. Grilly set. Pitch to Ackley. Slow roller first baseman Sanchez takes it himself. That is the ball game as the Mariners go 1-2-3 in the 9th and lose 4-1 in the first of a 2-game series here with the Pittsburgh Pirates. Andrew McCutchen was spectacular tonight. 4 for 4, an RBI, a stolen base, and a run scored. Aaron Harang pitched well, but not well enough as the Mariners fall to 2-2 in this road trip.
Now going to need to get some run support, just 1 run in tonight's game. So if they want to have a winning road trip, they're going to have to come back early tomorrow. But the good news is they have Felix Hernandez on the mound, so they should feel good about that.
Indeed. Buccos win it 4-1. They improved to 18-14. The Mariners dropped to 15-19. Back with more right after this.